music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
Getting up like a champ. Love it, Kay.
It's almost empty, so like this other one needs to charge like quickly.
You will survive.
Oh, it tastes like shit.
You will survive. Welcome everybody to our KOTR pre-show, Meat Slapping Match pre-show. No Will Terrashock. Will unfortunately could not make it. Had a little bit of a minor emergency to deal with, so there will be no Will. It'll just be me and Kay.
Hello, Marks. Hello, Mr.
Hello, Mr. Frets. I feel like Frets like sets an alarm on like his cell phone for like when we go live.
I love the consistency. It's very nice.
Granted, all of the alerts we have on like the Discord and all of that stuff, which you guys have been really active lately, which I don't mind at all. Good thing I learned about Do Not Disturb on my phone when I'm trying to sleep.
Too many Discords going on, so like I never respond in ours. There's too much going on.
We're talking about a lot in there, anyways.
Plus, I'm like I've been like surprised to know when I am behind on wrestling again. So like, I'm just like kind of finding things out through Discord. It's so weird not having Twitter.
I bet. Don't do Threads either because that is a trap.
What do you mean it's a trap?
So, what has been discovered is your Threads is linked to your Instagram, correct?
That's what I understand about it.
Yeah, but it is directly linked. So if you get rid of your Threads, you say, hey, this sucks, I don't want it, you will delete your Instagram as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's an all or nothing switch.
Yeah, I didn't do Threads because I felt like I deleted my Twitter for a reason. Why the fuck would I do the same thing somewhere else? Like, Twitter for me for a while, it was just like too much. It's like really overstimulating.
Sensory overload sometimes.
Yeah. So, and I will say it's been really nice not having Drag Race spoiled for me every week. Because
you gotta mute those words. That's why.
I don't do any of that. That's the thing. I'm fucking lazy about like my social media. Okay. So I'm like so lazy.
Jaquan, this is your moment to like bash Will for an entire episode because he won't see it.
Oh yeah, I get my fill of transport on Twitter. I think you and everyone else does, Jaquan.
There's always Reddit and every other
True
dumpster fire of the internet.
But so the season of Drag Race that's on right now, like it doesn't air on cable. It streams on Paramount. So as a result, like I'll start my workday at 9 a.m. and there will be spoilers up already. I'll be like, what the fuck is your problem?
That's why granted, I am a ghost right now for the foreseeable future on social media, so nothing gets spoiled for me, not even Secret Invasion, which is a fantastic show.
Wait, what are you watching?
Marvel has a show called Secret Invasion.
Oh, that's fun. I don't know what that is.
It's. I know you're so probably on the backlog of Marvel, so it'll be hard to explain. Yeah, I was gonna say you're backlog, so it's gonna be a little interesting to like kind of. All right. Put it this way: you remember Winter Soldier? You remember like the Winter Soldier vibe? Think about that episodically.
That's cool. I liked Winter Soldier a lot.
With Samuel L. Jackson as the lead.
Oh fuck yeah, that's really cool.
It's actually really, really good. A lot of great acting in that show, and it features the Skrulls, which first showed up in Captain Marvel.
Ooh, very.
The green guys.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it picks up essentially it picks up from the end of Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Kind of.
I have to start watching Clone Wars like immediately, so I can.
If you're gonna watch Ahsoka, yeah.
No, exactly. I literally have to binge watch literally everything in the next.
So it's got to be Clone Wars, and then you also have to do Rebels.
I have to do both.
Yes, because Ahsoka's pretty much going to be Rebels season 5.
Gotcha.
Luckily for you, Rebels and Clone Wars is done by the same director, Dave Filoni.
That I knew. I didn't have it.
Also, if you watch Rebels, one of the male leads is actually Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh, word? That's cool.
Yeah. Freddie Prinze Jr. plays a Jedi named Kanan Jarrus.
Good for him.
Yes. Have you ever seen any of Clone Wars or know anything about Ahsoka?
So I started Clone Wars a really long time ago, and then I just got distracted and never finished it.
Understandable.
I watched 3 episodes.
Oh, there's a lot of shit. So actually, a lot of the random Mandalorian villains came from Clone Wars.
I know, I've heard that. So like the reveal, like what they weren't as like huge deals to me as it was
Like seeing Cad Bane in season 2, you didn't get how big that was.
Yeah, no idea, I had no idea at all. I was just like, okay, cool, this guy.
That is correct. Kwan makes a good point. Do not watch the movie, just watch the show.
I remember when the movie came out, and I thought it was weird.
Yeah, just watch the show. The show is fantastic. You learn so much on that show about everything.
Mm-hmm.
It fills a lot of gaps.
Oh.
A lot of gaps. And you understand why Ahsoka's such a beloved character, too, because Ahsoka's the shit.
Well, I'm glad to, like, get caught up. I'm like, it's overdue. Like, I should have watched this one.
Yeah, it is.
Now I just didn't.
It's alright. It's okay. I get it. I have a lot of stuff in my backlog, too.
I'll tell you what else am I watching. I watched almost all of Bluey in the last week.
Well, I don't even think I know what Bluey is.
Bluey is that Australian children's show with the dog.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bluey's very popular on TikTok. You can find it on Disney Plus. The episodes are like each episode's like 9 minutes long. Like, it's like a children's show, but it like handles like adult topics like beautifully.
Okay.
Like one episode deals with like an adult being infertile, and they just handle it like really gently.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a very good show. So I've been watching that. I might get into The Bachelor again.
I heard
they're doing the Golden Bachelor, and I need to see it.
that was told to me by my friend on Sunday.
Yeah, the guy's like 71, I think. His name's Gary, and
the geriatric bachelor.
I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be. I haven't watched The Bachelor in a couple of years, but like, I canceled Netflix, so like I'm kind of lacking in like new like
content.
Well, specifically shitty reality TV. Like I've been watching like Jersey Shore here and there.
Sam's coming back.
I know. I have to catch up on like the current stuff for Jersey Shore. Mm-hmm. But like I've been rewatching that. I kind of started rewatching Flavor of Love.
Oh my God, Kay.
It's on Hulu.
I can't do it.
Have you ever seen it?
I have seen Flavor of Love, but I can't say like, oh, I can't whip you with Flavor of Love because I'm addicted to watching Cheaters. Whenever Cheaters does like a marathon on like a random Saturday or Sunday. But then again, also my jam on a day-to-day basis is watching Catfish reruns.
You do love Catfish. I
love me some Catfish.
I haven't seen Catfish in so long.
I wish I would have just came up with the ideas because I would have loved to have been on that show because that's totally my jam.
Yeah.
You know, although Neeb's new co-host Cammy is fucking fantastic.
Better than Max though?
No one's ever gonna beat Max because Max just told you how it was.
I love Max.
Him and his little camera and his hissy fits half the time. He's like, no, fuck this. You're a piece of shit. We're getting out of here. And he'd like walk off.
Yo, did you ever, when we were in like high school and shit, did you ever watch like True Life on MTV?
Yes, I did.
So my TikTok algorithm lately has brought me to like showing clips from like all these old episodes of like True Life and like other MTV documentaries. Like they did this one called Fat Camp, and I remember it was 2 summers I was in high school. And it just documented these teenagers that went to a weight loss camp. And I watched them so many times, and I like totally forgot they existed until I saw these TikToks and literally unlocked the whole memory.
Ooh. My God.
It was so good.
I remember True Life. I remember Diary. Diary was a good one, too.
Diary was cool.
You think you know, but you have no idea. This is the diary of.
We should do Wrestle Addict Radio Diary.
I can just be my Tales of an Epic Nature.
But yeah, do the diary intro. Like, do one episode that's branded like MTV Diary.
Kings of the Rings Diary.
I love that.
Maybe we'll do it for like episode 400. We did Dark Side of the Kings for 300.
I think diary would be fun for 400.
What will we do? Like, how do we form a diary show though? Like, what would it just be us doing essentially like monologues?
Or we did the show in a different format. That we would have to find a way the three of us do the show together, like live or something.
That's true.
Like if it was like an hour and a half like live broadcast of the three of us like live, like fucking around, or what?
It's possible. Not like we haven't done it before. Back in our infant stages.
Yeah.
Mystery Science Theater 3000 KOTR edition would also be really fucking funny. If we actually, that might be easier to do. We can do a Mystery Science Theater of a bad wrestling match.
Great Balls of Fire.
That wasn't not a show. I said a match.
No, but what if we did like a full special? We watched, obviously, like edit a little, but we did Mystery Science of like Great Balls of Fire, or like
We can do like a classic YouTube reaction video of bad wrestling events.
What other reality shows could we do?
I would love to bring back Love and War, but that's not a reality show. That was just our machination, which I had a lot of fun doing.
Love and War was great.
Yeah.
Dude, bringing back Love and War now would be so interesting because like we are like completely different people.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of gaps that we'd have to fill.
Yeah.
It's a lot of gaps that would have to be filled in that time. What other ones could we do? Oh my god, we should do like a batch. Like we should do like a bachelor style or
A Shot at Love with King Ricky Rose.
Oh. Maybe. Maybe, but I was thinking about like if we were trying to figure out who could be our next semi-permanent guest host, we do like a bachelor style like competition.
Okay, I like that.
Or something to just fuck with Slack. We haven't fucked with Slack this year yet. We got to figure out something.
I was gonna say, what's the plan for Slack this year? It's been very quiet on the Slacky front.
I know. I haven't figured it out. I mean, my mind has been every place but Slack. You know. So.
When was our last appearance on the show?
I don't remember.
Okay. Because I know we did the Slacksgiving one year. I know we had him on in the summer once.
We didn't have him. We haven't had him for the. No, we had him for the fall, have we?
We had.
Yes. Well, we did Summer Slack. I remember Summer Slack. Mm-hmm. Slack works a lot. We did Single to Slacko. That was another phone.
Single to Slacko was great. I think we could get. I think maybe like something for like Slacktember. Wait.
Oh.
I have an idea.
No. I have a better idea.
Oh, god damn it. It's off by a day. I was going to say, if the 21st of September was on a Wednesday, we could do the 21st night of Slacktember. Like it's on a Thursday.
Do you remember Slack in a Cell, Slack Viber series? I have an even better idea for fall. I like how you bring up Slack Viber series. What if we did
Team Slack versus Team Fuck You Slack at Slack Viber series?
No. How about this? In the Survivor series kind of theme, the classic Survivor series kind of theme, because everybody would have to be on board with this, and this would have to be a very, very intricately done show visually. Team KOTR versus Team Canada.
So what? Slack, Frets,
the Queen, Danny Nolan.
Versus
yes.
you, me, and Will.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that.
Team KOTR versus Team Canada.
But versing them in what though?
We'll have to figure something out, but it would be around Survivor Series.
I think then we would need a seventh person to be a neutral, like a host.
That also makes it even more difficult, but it's possible. Let's see what Mance is doing.
I was literally going to say Mance would be a great host for that.
Mance would be the perfect host.
Mance would be the perfect host. I feel like logistically,
it would be hard to
it
get
would be
all
really
7 of us on a
hard
screen.
because getting 7 people on a stream would be difficult. But then even if the 3 of us went live in the same place, it's still hard for like you're in Bayshore, Wilson's Jersey, I'm in Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and they're all scattered in different parts of Canada. So.
Yeah.
We can definitely. I mean, we have time to figure it out, but I do like the idea: Team KOTR versus Team Canada.
Yeah, I feel like logistically it honestly is not going to work, but it's a great idea.
I'll do some experiments and I'll talk about it with the Queen.
I think that might have to be an in-person thing we table for, like, say, a future Mania or something, like.
If we can get them all to come to Mania.
Or some sort of event where we are all able to go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like the idea.
Because I feel like we are more likely to go to Canada for an event, if the event was right, than...
We're talking wrestling events, right?
Yeah. This is a wrestling show, after all.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll definitely figure it out. But I do like Team KOTR versus Team Canada. It's something we haven't really done before.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of one time, it was Team KOTR versus Team Game Changer, and Dave screwed it up for us.
Why?
So we did a prediction challenge. It was me, Dave, and Will versus Nate, Fretz, and one of Nate's friends.
Mm-hmm.
And the losing team had to eat. This is my concoction that I came up with because I for sure thought we were going to win. We did a prediction challenge show. The losing team had to eat a jalapeno dipped in wasabi and drizzled with hot sauce.
That's terrible.
Was it a jalapeno?
That's disgusting.
It was something like that. Yeah, it didn't. It's on our page.
That's fucking gross.
Yeah, I almost puked it up. It was rough.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Or it was Tabasco or something like that, yeah.
No,
jalapeno,
like
wasabi.
Ghost chili, ghost pepper.
Yeah, no. It's just whatever I could come up with at the time. So. Anyway, ready to get the show on the road?
Yeah, let's do it.
With our no audio intro, which I'll put in post, which is going to be a really fun night.
Mm-hmm.
For me, at least. So yeah, let's get this show on the road. All right, ready to go. It's going to be a pretty long pause. You'll know when to kick in, Kay. Just, listen to my cues.
You mean a big pause?
Fuck it. I hate you so much.
I had to.
I hate you so much with the worst joke ever. God damn it. That made my day. Thank you, though. Okay, I needed that laugh. That was good. Joke that just won't die.
I've been telling it for 17 years almost.
Fucking pause joke. My Lord Almighty. Oh my God! All right. We're gonna kick the show off, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, things are heating up in the world of pro wrestling. WWE is preparing for not 1, not 2, but actually 3 major events. AEW wants to add more pay-per-views, and surprise, surprise, Paul Heyman does not know how to take a super kick at all. So sit back, relax, and please, for the love of God, do not cross the picket line. It's Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 347. Hold the line exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now. Seriously, everybody's going on strike. UPS is about to go on strike soon, too. It's crazy. Yeah, it's going to happen. Crazy times, folks. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 347. Hold the line. Of course, I am your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Kayfabe, formerly known as the K Murphy. No, Will tonight. Will had an unfortunate emergency, so he will not be joining us. So it is just me and the former B with us this week. How are you guys doing? I'm doing great. If you guys like what you see or what you're listening to, if you're listening to us on your podcast, please like, share, subscribe at KOTR_podcast. Across all social media outlets, and subscribe to us on Wrestle Addict Radio. Links to all of that is in the description below. If you really, really like us, and I know that you really do, one, leave a subscribe, hit that notification bar. Also, buy some of our merch. It's pretty awesome. I'm wearing it right now, even though you can't really see it on video because of the way the camera's situated. But links to all of our awesome merch is also in the description below. We got a lot to talk about this week in wrestling, and some very related, I guess, pop culture news going on that might actually affect the world of sports and entertainment, particularly on the entertainment side. But first and foremost, Kayfabe, it has been a while. How are you?
Hi, I have done so much in the last couple of weeks. I have finally finished my time as being in a bridal party. My wedding streak has finally ended. I did
Thank goodness.
some dog sitting. Work has been wild. But it's nice to be back. I don't really know what's going on. But hey, we're just going to have some fun.
Yes, we're going to have some fun. I'm going to guide Kay through the madness that has been going on in the world of sports and entertainment and pro wrestling. In particular, we do have to talk about this one big thing going on in the world of, I guess, entertainment. So as a lot of you know, the Writers Guild of America and SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, have both gone on strike for the first time since 1960. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know what SAG and the Writers Guilds are, they're the people, they're the actors and actresses and the writers of all of your popular TV shows, your sitcoms, movies, this, that, and the third. They are striking, obviously, because a lot of things have changed in the past couple of years, especially since the pandemic and the advent and blow up of streaming services and AI. And they're looking to renegotiate their contract with the production companies. Be that as it may, there's a lot of stuff going out there about what they're fighting for. You guys can look that up on your own. I tell you that to tell you this. Something that you all enjoy and that you're listening to this podcast for, pro wrestling, is technically a television show. Okay? And with a television show, it is produced and there is a script and it's written by writers. And so you would suspect that we would have people from the Writers Guild of America, which is part of a union, being a part of a show. And what would happen if that Writers Guild went on strike like they have? Will there be an actual decrease or in quality, or maybe like access to a bunch of writers that would produce, some of these professional wrestling shows, including AEW and WWE. I'm here to tell you that probably not, because if you know anything about the wrestling business, especially with the superstars, they're not in a union. Not the performers, pretty much not the writers at all. So there will probably not be anything different in the quality or the access to writers for all these professional wrestling shows, because they're not in a union. They can do whatever the hell they want. They're more than likely independent contractors.
That I think that quality of wrestling in general might go up because of this, because
I would agree with
more
you.
people might get into wrestling out of necessity, because everyone's favorite shows are not coming back anytime soon. Like,
no.
Euphoria is on hold until like 2026. Like, they're gonna be 30 by the time that fucking season comes out. Like, everything is tagged. Like, quite literally everything. And
everything is tagged. Everything's gonna be on hold for a while, and the cockroach that survives the apocalypse will always be professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Whenever everything else fails, Pro wrestling is there and it's innovating. I predict a massive wrestling boom during and even a little bit after the strikes have concluded, which, by the way, they're not going away for a long time. And this is going to affect a lot of things because with the strike happening, no movies are in production, no television shows are in production. You're going to see an uptick in a lot of crappy reality TV, which for some of us is exciting. But everything's going to be put on hold, so hopefully you guys like reruns, because you're going to be seeing a lot of them. What also you have to kind of put into play here, too, is that there are professional wrestlers who would actually have SAG credits to them because they've been in popular shows. For instance, Mercedes Bernardo, formerly known as Sasha Banks, is in The Mandalorian as Koska Reeve. That's a SAG credit. The Rock, John Cena, Seth Rollins, as he was, was doing stuff for the new Captain America film. Becky Lynch was on Ballers. Becky Lynch has also been on The Rock show, Young Rock. So there is a lot of other talent in WWE that would technically probably have a SAG credit or worked on a SAG-affiliated show. With that being said, since you're on strike, none of them are going to be on TV besides outside of wrestling. There's going to be no, extra stuff that they're going to do. There's going to be no movie that they're going to have to go and shoot. They're all here all the time, and that's what's going to lead to, I think, this boom in the wrestling business. Be that as it may, like I said, folks, do your research on this stuff. I think what they're fighting for is pretty freaking valid. And hopefully they get the resolution, and hopefully soon, because I bought tickets to Comic-Con this year, and if nobody shows up,
right?
They cannot appear. They cannot appear and promote any new stuff. More so, they can't really go at all. And like, I will tell you, Kay, some of the meet and greet tickets went on sale last week. It went on sale the day before the strike went official. That's
wild. That's
yeah, absolutely wild. So like, I was here's my list. Here's me and Sir Charles's list, who's been on the show. We wanted to see Mercedes, clearly, because you could have picked that out of the hat. I want to see Mercedes, Katie Sackhoff, who's Bo-Katan, and then Shamik Moore, who plays Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse movies.
That's cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to Comic-Con. I've never been. It has never worked out for me to go.
Okay, neither have I. I have a 4-day pass, so if you do show up, just let me know.
Yes.
And you can hang out. You can hang out with myself and Charles.
I would love that.
Okay. While we just buy merch out of the wazoo.
No, literally. That's the main reason I want to go to Comic-Con, is to shop.
Yeah, no, I hear the shopping is great, and seeing people. You can run into MJF there too.
Yeah. Yeah, my partner.
You know who also was going to be there too?
Comic-Con last year, like last minute, but it was the weekend I went to Salem, and I'm like,
ouch.
Yeah, so I couldn't.
You know who also is going to be there, Kay, that you would probably love to get a picture and autograph with?
Who?
The icon known as Tim Curry.
He's going to be there?
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
I love him.
I know. That's why I said Tim Curry. I was like, I know that's why you'd want to go.
Yeah. I got like an email the other day about like signing up for the Ewan McGregor meet and greet. It's like $250.
Yeah, because Chris Evans is sold out. He sold out immediately.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, these aren't the only 2 strikes that are going on. UPS is probably about to go on strike next week, which will really screw things up. As well as, I don't know, this just happened. I saw this today, Kay. I think it's called IATSE.
What's that?
The Broadway stagehands
and
writers are preparing to shut down Broadway as well.
I had a feeling Broadway was coming soon, because Broadway is not affected by the SAG strikes or the.
No, the SAG strike only affects television and movie production right now. Also, the greatest thing about the SAG strike is, you know who the president of SAG is? Fran Dresser.
That's
nanny.
right, she is. But Fran's always been like pro-union.
I didn't know. I saw her speech and I was like, holy crap.
Even like when she was in The Nanny and in Beautician and the Beast, her characters are pro-union.
That I was not aware of. I have to look back and rewatch The Nanny, because I'll be watching
It's popped up a lot on TikTok. There are clips from both Beautician and the Beast and the nanny, specifically on the nanny. There's a picket line outside of a building, and Mr. Sheffield's trying to come out and trying to get Fran to go inside. And she goes, "No, Mr. Sheffield." She goes, "My mother taught me 3 things, and one of them is not crossing a picket line."
Wow, that's good. Hopefully Will can learn that because we'll definitely cross the picket line clearly. Anywho,
That's why he's not here, folks. He's still trying to get out.
He is scabbing. He is scabbing. If you don't know what a scab is, I can send you a TikTok that explains scabbing with pro wrestling action figures. That's a real thing. I'll send it to you after the show. Okay?
Oh my God. I know what scabbing is, of course, but I just need to see how the figures are involved.
Oh, it's amazing. One of the figurines is Mr. McMahon. He represents the production company.
That tracks.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, like I said, you won't be really expecting any sort of strike to really affect wrestling. In fact, this may actually help wrestling. But you may want to strike when, Kay, I tell you this. Last night, Dirty Dom Mysterio won the NXT North American Championship.
Wait, what?
You heard me correct. Dirty Dominic Mysterio beat the longest reigning North American champion, Wes Lee, and is now the newest NXT North American champion.
Good for him, but like how?
Well, here's the thing with Judgment Day. They have been using Judgment Day in almost every way imaginable. They have shown up multiple times on NXT. They're on multiple segments on Raw. They are really building them up, and rightfully so. There were some on this podcast who were saying Judgment Day sucks because all we do is lose, but now they are featured heavily everywhere. And this is an interesting dynamic that they have now, because now you have a faction that has championships from multiple shows at one time.
That's smart.
You know, and I don't think that's really been done before. I had a conversation earlier with my friend about, does the bloodline count? But since those titles were unified, I wouldn't say so. You know, this is a pretty interesting thing that sets them apart from other factions that have been. They literally have titles on shows that are completely separate from each other, including the Money in the Bank now. Damian Priest's Money in the Bank. Rhea Ripley is the WWE Women's World Champion. Dirty Dom Mysterio, who wears cow-printed boots, by the way, is your NXT North American Champion. And Finn's just there for the ride.
Finn will get something.
Which I think is kind of a narrative. Finn is going to go up against Seth at SummerSlam for WWE World Championship. I don't know how that's going to go, but it is a very interesting dynamic that they're pulling. And this also proves to you, if you ever watch this clip, because they did do shenanigans for Dom to win, but it worked really well. Dominic is such a good heel. They shocked that NXT crowd.
Really?
There was a lot of surrender cobras in the crowd. I don't know if you know what a surrender cobra is.
I don't.
All right, so you know it's the classic hand on head like shot.
Oh yeah.
That is a surrender cobra. Yeah, that's a surrender cobra. They got the crowd. They got me. I was like, you've got to be kidding me, right? But they're doing it, and of all people, because I remember, Kay, from a couple years ago when Dom first showed up on the scene, a lot of us were like, Dom should just be in NXT. What's he doing here?
Yeah, I was one of those people.
And now Dom's in NXT, and he won a title, and now we're like, no, not like this. Which also proves to me that don't listen to us.
I'm not mad about this, though. I kind of like it.
It's interesting, because you know what? It does great things. It elevates Judgment Day, but also...
It puts eyes on NXT.
It puts eyes on NXT, exactly, because you do know Dom is going to show up on Raw with that NXT North American Championship.
As someone that has not watched NXT in... When did it go to 2.0? Almost 2 years ago now?
It's not. They even got rid of the 2.0. It's just like NXT.
You know the split.
Yeah.
I have not been committed to NXT since that has happened. And while I don't think Dirty Dom is enough to get me watching NXT on Tuesday nights, but it's interesting. I think it's a great idea.
It creates talking points, and that's all you need is talking points in this time with NXT, because NXT is developmental at this point in time, and they do a lot of experimenting. Sometimes it's a hit or miss. I think NXT last night was a pretty big hit, but we'll see what happens with that. But let's move forward with some stuff and talk about the upcoming WrestleMania, because even though it is July, folks, WWE has started to plan for WrestleMania Philadelphia.
Wait, no. They're not on sale yet, are they?
Well,
I'm not ready for that. No. It's too early.
Let me finish? Let me finish. WWE put on priority package availability, which is essentially their new travel pass. Those became available on Monday night. Or Monday during the day, actually. Priority packages available. And I will explain to you what some of these priority passes are for WrestleMania. Okay, it's done by this group called On Location, who they partnered with in Philadelphia. Here are some of the perks for, let's go to the gold tier of packages. You get lower level seating, you get a signed commemorative poster, a ring mat plaque, priority pass gift pack, Superstore Express Lane, dedicated arena entrance, WWE credential and lanyard, and also here's another thing, a pre-show hospitality with The Undertaker.
What? Like food? The Undertaker?
Yes.
That's wild.
You get to wine and dine before WrestleMania with The Undertaker. Like, could you imagine?
No, I can't imagine.
You know, on one of the top tier packages called the Elite Package, which includes a ticket and a priority pass, which is already sold out, you get front row seating. Okay. An elite welcome event, whatever that is. Exclusive backstage experience. You get to go backstage at WrestleMania.
Keep talking, I'm filling my drink.
Pre-show hospitality with The Undertaker again, as well as you fill up your freaking orange soda from Popeyes, which is absolutely amazing. Okay. You also get private transportation to WrestleMania.
Yo, that's wild.
Okay, there's more, kayfabe.
No.
You also get in the Elite Package, which is sold out, so none of us can buy it, by the way. You're also getting an ECW arena excursion with Rob Van Dam.
What?
Okay. Exclusive commemorative chair with hassle-free shipping. So you get to get one of your legendary WrestleMania chairs, and you get it shipped for you back to wherever the hell you live.
Did Dave buy a ticket?
He probably did. Dedicated in-seat wait staff. Okay. And also it says live podcast media lounges. WWE planning to have podcasts at WrestleMania, and where do we sign up?
There's no way. Okay, love us and all. There's no fucking way we would be able to get in that WrestleMania podcast lounge. No fucking way.
Listen, where there's a will, there's a way. We can try to make it happen.
Well, we do have a will.
We do have a will, but I don't know if he's the way. On top of these priority ticket packages, which, like I said, are kind of already going, there are hotel packages, which also include round-trip transportation to and from your hotel as well for several days. And some of these hotel packages also include SmackDown, WrestleMania, and Raw tickets, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Also, with this as well, which I will reveal to you guys right about now, because when you're doing these priority packages, you have to figure out what tickets you're going to get for everybody, which means, folks, what I'm presenting to you right now is the official WrestleMania seating chart for WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. That is this is taken from On Location's website. This is the official seating chart that you can look at right now. You see all the different levels. There's standing room only. There's blacked out for the press. This is what it's going to look like when tickets go on sale. Be that as it may, speaking of tickets, there is no general on-sale date for the tickets just yet.
Thank God, I'm not ready for that.
However, with the priority package passes by On Location going on sale this week, I am predicting it is going to be no later than mid-August when WrestleMania tickets will go on sale, which will include, like, obviously the pre-sale party, and then the general on sale. I'm going to say probably within a month from now, WrestleMania tickets will be on sale.
I'm not fucking ready to buy WrestleMania tickets in a month. I'm already fucking planning a trip right now.
Do you want to go to Survivor Series in Chicago then? Because those tickets are also on sale at the end of this week. Pre-sale started just right now. Survivor Series in Chicago. Will and I went a couple years ago. It's a fantastic time. Chicago in general.
Didn't they just use Survivor Series in Chicago?
4 years ago, which is kind of crazy to think. It was before the pandemic. Yeah.
I feel like you just went.
We did. We did.
But we all went 2 years ago now, when it was in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's very true. We had a lovely
lunch,
lovely brunch, and a good picture from that too.
Mm-hmm.
You got to send me that picture. Actually, I don't think I have it.
I have.
Thank you. But yeah, so you have a Survivor Series coming up, which tickets are on sale. WrestleMania tickets are probably going to sell in a month, and they're trying to build SummerSlam all at the same time. WWE is wildly pushing forward with a lot of these big pay-per-views. Three of their historic big fours, are going to be set up sooner rather than later. On the flip side, I don't know if you heard this, but Warner Brothers Discovery, the company that owns AEW, aka Tony Khan World, is pushing AEW to have more pay-per-views instead of their 4, which 2 of them are going to be a week apart from each other, with All In Wembley Stadium and a week later All Out in Chicago. What, about All In or about All Out?
No, how they're gonna fucking make those 2 pay-per-views a week apart?
No one knows. They haven't even started really. I haven't seen them really push All In. I know on their official Twitter page they're pushing a lot of All Out in Chicago for ticket sales, which is kind of crazy for me because All In's coming up sooner rather than later. But we'll see how it goes. But my question is, Kay, what new pay-per-views would you want AEW to do?
I would kind of, I know it's tonight and all, but I would like to see Blood and Guts be its own, standalone. Mm-hmm. On the opposite end, I would like them to stop doing so many Battle of the Belts because I feel like it's unnecessary.
You know what? If Battle of the Belts was a once a year event, I think that'd be fine.
I feel like it happens 6 times a year.
I'm
being a little dramatic, but it happens a lot, and I think it's too much. What else would I want? Maybe, I don't know, Great American Bash or fucking...
Well, Great American Bash is an NXT
Not Great American Bash, Bash at the Beach, whatever the fuck it is.
I think WWE still has Bash at the Beach.
Then what are they doing in the summer?
They have nothing really in the summer.
They
AEW
did something in the summer.
Oh, they did. They did Forbidden Door.
No. I could have sworn they did a Bash at the Beach one year or something.
Wasn't it Fyter Fest?
Not Fyter Fest. It was something else. I feel like something beachy was involved.
Who knows? Was it Spring? No, Spring Breakin' was NXT.
No, not that.
Winter is Coming was an AEW thing.
I don't want Winter is Coming. I can I could do without that completely.
Oh, it was Beach Blast. Thank you, Mr. Fretz. It was Beach Blast.
Beach Blast. If they change the name, I think it would be great.
That was the Mimosa match. Oh, it was the Mimosa Mayhem match.
I would love an annual Mimosa match, though. I loved it.
I would not.
It was so stupid. It was so good.
I think that if they took away some of these AEW Dynamite specials and made them actual pay-per-views, it would go better. There is no reason Grand Slam isn't a pay-per-view event.
Grand Slam should be... Actually, that was the one I forgot. I can't believe I forgot it, considering it's literally where I live. Grand Slam should be its own event. Especially having gone to it, it felt elevated. I did not feel like I was at a regular Wednesday night episode of Dynamite. It felt special. I felt like I was at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, Grand Slam should be a pay-per-view event. Diamond Dynamite ring. Diamond Dynamite would. I don't like that as a pay-per-view, but yeah, they have about 3 or so events like Grand Slam, Battle of the Belts, and maybe another one that they can just put into their pay-per-view schedule.
Or like make up one.
Exactly.
It's not hard.
WWE makes them up all the time.
They could do Great Balls of Fire.
WWE would be petty and still keep the trademark for it. Or the copyright. They probably still have it for a while. Thank you, Kay, for the sending of the picture. I really do enjoy it. It's a good picture.
It's a great picture.
It is. Speaking of which, like we said, Blood and Guts could be their like War Games pay-per-view, which Blood and Guts is happening right now. It's the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Golden Elite because guess what, Kay? Kota Ibushi showed up.
I watched it this morning. I watched AEW this morning.
The Golden Lovers are back. Kota and Kenny and the Bucks and Hangman Page because they're doing this. So Blood and Guts is happening. Blood and Guts is easily a pay-per-view. It screams pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know, but it doesn't happen. So who do you think wins in this bout tonight? Because we will probably still be on as it's going on. Who wins Blood and Guts? Blackpool Combat Club or Golden Elite?
My guess is the Golden Elite.
I would say so too. You don't bring in Kota Ibushi just for a one-off to lose. Yeah.
What else? I was just gonna say something else, but I don't remember what I was going to say. That's annoying.
It's okay. It's okay. You also have the the Owen Hart Turner, which should not be a thing, but whatever.
I remember what I wanted to say.
What's that?
I wish that AEW had some sort of other distribution with the pay-per-views, like example, like putting them on Max instead.
I don't know why they don't use Max to their advantage.
They really should. They have their reality show on HBO right now. Well,
yeah, but whatever. But they should put more AEW content on Max. I think it would reach more people.
Because what's fucking annoying is, and it's like no shade on AEW, but if I buy the pay-per-views most of the time.
Ooh.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oof. Oof. Okay, find a stream somewhere.
Every time I find a stream, it does not work out for me. Every time. And it more so became a priority since Punk has come back, because then I'm I really can't miss something.
Yeah.
But I don't want to pay $50 every 4 months anymore.
I don't blame you.
So
I do not blame you at all.
I just would love I would love a network. I would love them to put pay-per-views on Max. I would love something else. It's not.
We can clearly do what WWE did with Peacock. I know AEW wants to always be kind of anti-WWE, but guess what?
No, please
WWE does a lot. WWE does a lot of stuff that's right. Like, for instance, on Peacock, there is a whole section dedicated to WWE, and Max, formerly known as HBO Max, has the capability to separate stuff. There is a DC section, there is an Adult Swim section, there's a whole bunch of other sections. They can clearly put an All Elite Wrestling section and have a whole bunch of content. It's already on all their networks.
They could put Ring of Honor on there if they wanted to. They could have everything on there.
Yeah.
That's what the people want.
I would watch more AEW if it was on Max. I will tell you that right now.
But the only reason I'm able to watch AEW is because I use my parents' fucking cable login.
Yeah.
Which is it's nice and all, but that's still annoying. AEW's not accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
Whereas WWE is a lot more accessible because $4.99 a month, well now $5.99 because Peacock is going up. Fun fact.
Thank God for that yearly plan, because I am going to switch over to just a one-time year fee. Thank goodness.
I hate yearlies because I forget about them. I hate that. I don't like them. For me, it doesn't.
Understandable.
But I would rather just pay fucking $5.99 a month and be able to see everything I want to see.
Yeah. Whenever you want. I do want to see that Cody Rhodes documentary.
Yeah.
It actually looks really good. I was like, wow, I'm interested in this. But we'll see. Hopefully AEW gets together, because there's a lot of tools at AEW's disposal, but I don't think they use as often.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a shame because they have all the tools to have a lot bigger presence in the streaming world in particular. But there's that. But let's move on. After Blood and Guts, hopefully something goes on well. But let's go on to the closest thing to cinema you'll get outside of Barbie and Oppenheimer, which I will be seeing both movies, into the update of the Bloodline Civil War. Kayfabe, as you probably know, Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, has challenged Roman Reigns to a match at SummerSlam.
I know, I'm so excited.
Yes, we are assuming it has not been official. We are assuming it's for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. We are assuming that has not actually been put on the line. They are going to do Rules of Engagement this Friday night on SmackDown, which is going to be on FS1. By the way, SmackDown will not be on Fox because the Women's World Cup, which includes the actual good Team USA, the women's soccer team, putting their title on the line. Well, not their title on the line, but sorry, they're starting the World Cup opening round against Vietnam. But they're the defending champions because they're fucking badasses, unlike the men's team. So SmackDown is going to be on FS1. And they're going to have the Rules of Engagement, some hodgepodge that Paul Heyman put together before he got super kicked in the face. Which, by the way, Kay, you can probably take a better super kick than Paul can.
Probably.
It was pretty bad. So Kay, I know you haven't been watching in a while, but what are your thoughts of his new?
I did see this
progression. Okay. Did you see the week before where Roman shed that one tear in Madison Square Garden?
Yes.
And then screwed over Jey?
In general, I was really like over the whole Bloodline thing for like a while because it ran a little bit too long for me. But now I'm back in and I'm totally into it. But here's the thing. I'm not rooting for Daddy.
Oh, really? You switched sides?
Yeah.
You really switched sides?
Yeah, I switched sides. I'm just like over it. Like it gave me my life when Roman got pinned.
Did it really?
I haven't been on the show, so I haven't been able to talk about this. It was like, whew. Adrenaline. No, it really I wasn't expecting it. And I complain a lot about being able to kind of figure out where wrestling's gonna go, and I didn't expect it because Roman's been unpinned, undefeated for so long.
Almost 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah. That's great for him. But it got to a point where there were times where I really felt where it was a wrap, and it wasn't. So I just
WrestleMania 39.
Yeah.
That was it for me. That killed my motivation for a long time.
Me too. I didn't enjoy it. So since Mania with Roman, I've kind of just been okay, watching it because it's there, and hoping it would get better. But now it's interesting and it's fresh again and it's exciting. Roman losing for me is the most interesting thing Roman could have done because we get it. He's hot. He beat everybody. Do something.
There's actually a TikTok video of him getting ready for a match.
Oh.
Yeah, they have backstage footage of him getting ready for a match, and he's spraying himself with water so he glistens when he comes out.
Ooh.
I will send it to you.
Appreciate it.
He's doing push-ups without a shirt on before he goes out and stretching and whatnot.
We stand Glistening King.
Yeah, you will enjoy it. I'm interested in this too. I mean, Jey Uso has benefited the most out of this entire Bloodline storyline. He shows that he's really good at what he does.
He deserves an award.
An award that he'll be the only one to show up to because everybody else is on strike.
No, literally, if there was if wrestling had a legitimate Oscars, Tonys for for the promo work specifically.
Oh, it'd be Jey Uso.
Immediately.
Absolutely. He knows how to his facial expressions. He was masterful in working the crowd on SmackDown last week. Absolutely masterful. And he had him right there. Jay would get a Slammy if we still did the Slammies. So it's good to see. I'm interested to see how the SummerSlam bout will go, what the stipulations might be. I still feel like Roman will come out alive. Like, I will be so shocked if Jay takes his title off of Roman.
That's the thing. I don't think Roman's losing the title until Mania.
Yeah, I think that title is Cody's to win. In my opinion.
I don't know if it's Cody's. I don't know whose it is, though. That's the thing.
He ain't going for Seb's title.
No. I think Cody will get the title eventually. I don't think it's Roman.
Ugh, it's hard. I mean, there's...
It's too long now. That's the thing.
Here's my thing. Rocky didn't win in Rocky 1, did he?
I don't remember. I haven't seen Rocky since I was a kid.
Rocky did not win in Rocky 1. He won in the second one. Where's WrestleMania next year?
Philly. Rocky.
It writes itself.
Yeah.
It writes itself. It really, really does. But we can theorize about that. We have like 6-7 months before WrestleMania becomes like a real thing. Although, by the way, Kay, would you want to travel with me to Philly for the on sale party?
When is the on sale party?
They haven't announced it yet, but when it gets closer, I will let you know.
What day of the week is it normally?
Jesus Christ! It might be midweek.
If it's on a Monday or a Tuesday, I 1,000,000% confirmed can come. If it's not, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm in.
Because that is one of my goals. I just want to go, even if we don't buy tickets, which is probably a lie, because I will at least buy tickets. I just want to go for the experience.
I want to go to the on sale party. I am just not ready to plan the WrestleMania, or like the WrestleMania. Yeah, I'm not ready.
That is perfectly fine with me. I just want to go to the party. Maybe get some cheesesteaks on the way.
Oh no, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. I'm down for the
just chill out.
Cheesesteaks,
free photo ops, and free autographs, just because.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't even talked about like here at home. We haven't talked about like our Mania plans yet. Like we want to go, we just haven't planned it yet. We have 2 more trips before Mania.
I totally understand. I totally get it. Let's move on to another feud that actually got really good really quickly. Shayna and Ronda is about to be really, really fun.
Is it? Ronda fun? Really?
It's because Shayna's carrying this.
Oh. That tracks.
So as we know, Shayna turned on Ronda. In a very shocking fashion.
Honestly, I was here for it.
A lot of us were.
But the great part Ronda.
The great part about it is that they're letting Shayna be like NXT Shayna.
I noticed that.
And they're letting her like kind of cut promos, because you came out the other week. It was like, Ronda, no one wants to hear you try to speak on a mic anymore.
Facts.
You know, she was like, you were handed everything. I had to work my way. I had to put rings together. I had to do tryouts to make it to where I was, and you just waltzed in through the back door. You know, and Ronda had a good retort this past week after Shayna choked out a returning Nikki Cross, as Nikki Cross got a degree, went back to college, got a degree, and her congratulations was get choked out in 5 seconds by Shayna. You know, so congratulations to Nikki Cross on that. But Ronda had a bit of a rebuttal from a luxury box suite in Atlanta, which is such a Ronda thing to do, which panders to her character. But she said, is it more difficult, this is more of a philosophical question, is it more difficult to be, as she said, to be trained by the best people to work on your character and make your way through the system the way they want you to, or is it harder to go through the back door, have your first match at WrestleMania, and try to do all of that stuff that you were that you like had to learn to do, had years to learn to do, and I had to do it in like a year. Which, good point, Ronda. I get it.
That's a good point, but also like, don't cry about having privilege.
Good counterpoint. Good counterpoint, kayfabe. So it's good. They play off of each other well. They are really playing this to not have them touch at all until SummerSlam, which again, great call. They need to do the fight pit.
Yes.
You have 2 MMA superstars in their day, we need to have the first ever female fight pit.
It would be incredible. And like, again, I hate Ronda Rousey, but that is literally the only thing I want to see her do is that fight pit with Shayna Baszler.
And I think they'll have the room to do it. You pretty much have the pending merger with UFC. You can totally make this a like real quick UFC style like event.
Oh,
in
for
an
sure.
instant. In an instant. And people will eat it up.
Yeah.
Absolutely eat it up. And they are getting a little bit close to SummerSlam, so like they would have to start really pressing like the promotional tour, which they'll be pretty easy to do since no one else is promoting anything right now. No actors are doing shit. But they made this a marquee match at SummerSlam, like a fight pit UFC style match in WWE in a football stadium in Detroit. That's going to bring a lot of eyes.
I think SummerSlam is going to have it has a really unique amount of pressure on it this year because of the strikes, because of its location, everything. Like, especially because while SummerSlam is a big four, I feel like it might have WrestleMania, almost WrestleMania level attention on it because, respectfully, what else does anyone have to entertain them right now? Besides baseball.
Yeah, and that's usually hit or miss because the Yankees aren't doing that well. Go Yanks, by the way. No, I mean, SummerSlam has always kind of been WrestleMania summer. Mm-hmm. But like you said, with everything else going on, or the lack of anything else going on, SummerSlam becomes a really big deal. So they have to knock it out of the park, and I think they have the perfect setup for it. You have Shayna, Ronda, Cody, Brock, which we're not really talking about this week, Jay and Roman, which is just the one of the greatest wrestling stories going on right now. You have Bianca, Asuka, Charlotte, with Io Shirai in the background. That's someone as you got a triple threat or fatal four way going on with that.
That's
Seth
insane.
Rollins, Finn Balor is also a thing as well. Gunther, Drew McIntyre is going to happen. That's a great card.
That's a meat-slapping card.
Yeah, that is a great card that you can do a lot with. SummerSlam has a lot that it has to execute and do, but I think it's going to get a lot of it done really well. Shayna and Ronda, I think, are going to be a big part of it if they continue to book it as strong as they have been booking it. Mm-hmm. But we will see. Also, something interesting that kind of happened a little backstage on SmackDown. Bobby showed up on SmackDown, Kay.
I don't remember that at all.
It was probably not on Hulu, but Bobby showed up on SmackDown and met Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins.
Stop it.
In the parking lot and said, "Come with me."
Oh my god.
And they left in a limo together. So your imagination can run wild, but I think Bobby is reforming the Hurt Business in his image.
That's what I thought as well.
I'm very excited.
Yo, a fucking Street Profits Hurt Business, especially if they could somehow link Bianca, would be so good.
Also, because Bianca's got a little bit of her character's changing. She's got a little bit of a mean streak now.
Yeah.
She's getting a little bit more pissed off. Alright, so I think you'll enjoy this, kayfabe, because follow my thought process with it. If you make Bianca the heater, like China was in DX, I think you have all the elements there to be a ridiculously amazing faction.
I would agree.
Like Bianca as the heater. I don't know who your real mouthpiece is, because Bobby can talk, but he can't really talk. And I don't know if you want Montez being the mouthpiece if Bobby's the leader. You know what I mean?
I think they could get away with having Montez as the mouth. If Bobby's
Bobby as the
calling
leader?
shots, yeah.
Okay.
Bobby is the neck turning the head.
Okay, I got you. But I do like it. I mean, number one, I want to see Montez and Bianca in a storyline together because they do kind of keep them separate.
I want them together so bad.
And I think Bianca with more of a mean streak, especially if Bianca loses in a shitty way to either Charlotte or Asuka, because we know how Charlotte does at SummerSlam. She finds a shitty way to win and screw somebody over. I think that could be the catalyst for her really going with this, whatever this new faction is, which I do love. Fred's is coining them the smoke business. Which I don't think it would fly on TV,
No.
but I love it.
The fact that Matt Riddle got a 420 shirt was like enough.
That's very true. Yeah. I love it. I love this idea. I want to see where this goes.
Honestly, what I really want a storyline, I want Bianca in a hair versus hair match. I've noticed something. I don't know if I've talked about this on the show before. If I have, I'm really sorry.
I don't think you have.
I have a theory about Bianca's braid.
Okay, what's this theory?
Have you noticed that, like, it's not always as together as it used to be?
Yeah, that started at WrestleMania.
Yes. And notice, like, she was obviously coming to the end of her reign. I feel like
you think the story's in the hair?
I think there's significance with the hair. Because the more together she was with her title and her career and stuff, her braid was very, even like before the match even started, it was very together, very pristine, like. But now, like, she'll come down the runway and like she'll have the braid, but there are bits coming out of the braid. Like, it's not a perfect braid. It's not strong. I think there's a story with the hair.
I like where you're going with that. I love the foreshadowing. You know me and my Marvel stuff. So it's the devil's in the details. So I like that as kind of being a thing. I thought you were going with, like, she might lose. I don't know if she'll actually lose the hair.
But that's the thing. I could see her losing the hair, and that's the catalyst for her change. A lot of times when women, I don't mean to generalize because I'm sure, like, other people do this as well, but there's just something really cathartic about if you have really, really long hair, chopping off all of your hair after you've been through shit, it feels really good because there's a lot of energy in your hair that, like, you are holding onto your trauma, you are holding onto things into your hair.
It's a reset, yeah.
So by Bianca losing the braid, I feel that very much could be the true reset point for her.
Which is interesting as well, because there is some hair that is being lost in the world of wrestling days. As I don't know if you saw Shotzi's segment.
I saw, yeah.
So from what I've gathered from it, this was something that Shotzi wanted to do.
I heard it's a tribute for her sister.
It is a tribute for her sister who has been diagnosed with cancer. I believe. So I think that is the detail behind the Shotzi losing the hair thing. And I hope it goes well. We are big Shotzi fans here on this podcast. Shotzi is amazing. I remember going to an indie event with Kayfabe and Kay first laying eyes on Shotzi.
Game over.
As Shotzi ran around the ring in her helmet like a mad woman.
And now I keep Shotzi's helmet in my office.
Nice. I think that was also the same indie event, Shine, where you saw Big Swole for the first time, too.
Yes, it was. It's the same day. It's a great day for me. No, that's still one of my favorite wrestling shows I've ever been to. Was the
Shine Evolve.
Shine Evolve is one of my favorite shows I've ever been to.
I miss Evolve so much. I miss going to that damn Laboon nightclub arena.
Now that I live so fucking close now, I hate that it's like not Evolve's like not a thing anymore.
I would go like every month, but you can't be like, I'm taking a train from Bayshore.
Every time.
All the time.
I literally go every month.
We'd buy tickets. I'd be like, all right, meet me outside. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, so much fun. I miss it, but I like I said, the devil's in the details with that. Hopefully things go well with Shotzi and the revamped Hurt Business, because honestly, they need to do something with Bobby, because Bobby got screwed when Bray Wyatt left.
Yeah.
Bobby got screwed real bad when Bray Wyatt left, so you gotta give Bobby something to do. something to do really badly. And speaking of something to do, we have new women's tag team championships. Tell me when you've heard that before. Yes.
I definitely missed that on Raw.
Mm-hmm. So Raquel and Liv won them, obviously, at Money in the Bank when Shayna turned on Ronda.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like 3 weeks ago. So this is like a 3-week reign. Although I do have a feeling that they were going to lose the titles around this time anyways. Because they were supposed to hold on to these titles, but then Liv got injured. So then they relinquished, and then Shayna and Ronda won. It actually kind of ended up working out the best for everybody. Because now you got the Shayna turning on Ronda storyline. And then Liv and Raquel got to kind of get somewhat of a half-ass reign. However, if you've noticed when you've watched, they are setting up Raquel and Rhea.
Oh, for sure.
Real blatantly. To the point where Rhea attacked Raquel before this match, which, essentially led to the demise of them losing the titles to Chelsea and Sonya. And say what you want about them, even though Chelsea should have gone with Carmella because Carmella got pregnant. It happens.
Yeah.
But I do feel happy for Chelsea. She had a very big up and down career with WWE for a while because she kept on getting injured. And Sonya, who has been in WWE, which seems like forever at this point, she had the unfortunate stalker situation, which took her out for a very, very long time. This is Daddy DeVille's first title in WWE.
Oh, shit, it is.
It's her first championship.
That's crazy to think about.
And honestly, good for her.
Finally.
Because she has been through a lot of shit, and she has gone through a lot of different character tweaks and changes, and she's done a lot of them real well.
Yeah.
Okay, like Commissioner Sonya was kind of a son of a bitch, but a really good job. Daddy DeVille was great. That got cut short with the Mandy thing. But I loved Kylo Ren Daddy DeVille when she was just angry. So I'm. Does it suck that Liv and Raquel, because I thought they did have something going with the tag team titles, lose? Yes, but Raquel and Rhea needed to happen. Like, that needed to happen because the knock on Raquel, ever since she came to Raw and SmackDown, is that she has, like, the Apollo Crews syndrome.
What do you mean?
Like, she smiles. She smiles too much. She's too happy to be there.
That's what I don't like about her on the main roster.
Yeah, she smiles too much. She's too happy to be there. She need because on NXT she was a bad bitch.
Yeah,
like she was still
weird.
Still a baby face, but like they made her smile. Like she has great teeth. Don't get me wrong.
Good for
great
her,
teeth.
but like
but like where's the aggression? And I think Rhea is going to bring that out of her.
Good.
Again, people forget Raquel retired Rhea from NXT. They had a last woman standing match, which was bonkers.
Yeah.
By the way, it was absolutely nutty, and we have been waiting for them to kind of rekindle that, and now we're getting somewhere.
That's something I would want to see. I don't know if I want to say Mania. Maybe I don't know.
I think they've invested so much in Rhea. They haven't invested so much in Raquel. I mean, they have invested a good amount, but then she was in a tag team, but Raquel needs a standout, dominant performance, and if she can go toe-to-toe with essentially their golden woman in Rhea right now, then that's going to do a lot more for Raquel, where she could get that Mania moment down the road with Rhea.
That's true.
But I think Raquel needs this.
Yeah.
And she needs to go a little bit more solo and be a little bit more dominant and be like what she was at the end of her NXT run. We used to call her Big Mommy Cool because she was like pretty much like a Latina Diesel.
Yeah.
And just a badass. And that's fine. And I'm okay with Chelsea and Sonya getting the tag titles because I think their characters can do a lot with it.
Yeah.
And they're fun. I'm a Chelsea Green fan. I think she's funny as fuck.
She is funny. I think she's finally found her footing this time around.
Well, because she's not injured.
Yeah, that too.
She's not injured. And they allowed her to be her character that she was when she was in Impact. Which is just a giant, crazy Karen.
It's wild.
I know. That's why I wanted her and Carmella to work out so much, and then Carmella got pregnant.
Yeah.
So. was a shame. But like I said, congratulations to them, and also big congratulations to Daddy DeVille. Always been a big Daddy DeVille fan. And so she deserves it. Long may their championship reign. But pretty much that's pretty much our update this week for the World of Wrestling Line. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on, but there's also some things where it's a holding pattern.
Yeah.
For right now. SummerSlam's coming up. Great American Bash is going to be coming up for NXT. That's going to be the end of July, which got some good stuff going on there. And clearly we have Dominic Mysterio as the North American champion.
I can't believe. Good for him.
There's an ROH show this weekend, Mr. Fretz. Really?
Where?
Didn't they just have Death Before Dishonor?
I think so.
They did, which is the travesty that is ROH under Tony Khan and AEW. It could be a whole other podcast. Because I feel so bad for everybody on ROH. Like, just from a Max deal in general, Ring of Honor, if you're not going to give them a TV deal, Ring of Honor should be streaming on Max.
That would be so good.
Like, Honor Club should be just a part of Max.
That's part of what I wanted to say earlier when I was like bitching about Max. Like, ROH on there would be fabulous.
Absolutely. They have the catalog. Just shove it on Max. Or you can pay like the wrestling tier and get all this other stuff. Like, there's a lot they can do with it. As long as those people get residuals, though, because that's a big streaming service controversy in and of itself, that people aren't getting residuals for their content.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing with the SAG strike. Yeah. Be it as it may. We have anything else, Kay? Or are we about to get out of here?
I'm ready to go to bed.
I know you're ready to go, but no post show this week, folks. We are just going to call the show after this. So we'll save the post show for next week. So until then, folks, let's get this show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 347, Hold the Line. And you hold that line. You support those SAG and WGA workers because they are fighting for, fair pay. Let's just put it that way. I have been your fair and honest host, King Ricky Rose. You can formerly find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets whenever I decide to return. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews wherever you can. If you are listening to us, make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. And follow Wrestle Addict Radio social media at addict_wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. The links of all of that, including some of our fantastic merch, is in the description below. Kayfabe, what do you got for the fans?
It is bedtime. You can find me across some social media platforms at K_Fabe, KAE_Fabe. I had nothing going on. The Disney Dreamlight Valley update apparently came out today. So
I get it back on that.
I need to play. They got the little girl from Wreck-It Ralph in it, I think, this update of Vanellope.
Jesus. Really?
Yeah, the last update is really cool. The story is just getting really, really interesting.
Huh.
So I highly recommend you get back on your Disney Dreamlight grind. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll do that. So when we come back next week, hopefully we'll be here, but hopefully not. Kayfabe should also be here, and we will still be holding that line and bringing you some of the best pro wrestling content that this podcast can. So until then, folks, goodbye, good night. We'll see you soon. Just not you, Slack. Fuck you, Slack. Scab. See you later, folks.
Midnight music.